Hey guys, this is Cynthia from Scotch and Paprikash, and just now I posted these pictures on my blog. So I want to show you how I did these really great table numbers for our wedding. In order to make the table numbers, I used a really great online photo editing service called PicMonkey. To get started, click Create a Collage. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is click Open Photos. And I have two pictures ready to go, so I'm going to upload those. You can open several at once, which makes it super easy. And then click the next button, and these are all the different layouts that you can do for a collage. Some of these Royale layouts are awesome, like this one that formats it particularly well for Pinterest is great. We're going to click on Square Deal. There's a bunch of options. I want to go with this one. So first thing you need to do is set the aspect ratio, and I know that I'm going to print these to 5:7 so that they're big on the tables but not super big like 8:10. But in order for it to print well to a 5:7, we need to set the aspect ratio. So click this little unlock button so that we can change it. And we're going to set this to 2100 by 1500, and this will print it really well to a 5:7. And I'm going to kind of wiggle these little boxes around just to make it visually appealing, kind of like that. Okay, and let me go back to my photo. So we're going to put me there. I was cute. You could tell these are scanned pictures. And I cannot get enough of this picture of my fiance, my gorgeous fiance, who was the cutest little kid ever. So we're going to click Edit. The Royale functions here are particularly nice. So I'm going to open the image in Editor, and I'm going to play with it. So obviously I need to rotate this the other way, and I'm going to be nitpicky and just straighten it up a little bit. And then I'm going to hit Auto Adjust, although that seemed to make it kind of too bright. So I'm going to take the brightness down, pick the contrast up, and I'm going to crop it just so it fits a little bit better. He is so cute. Look at that shirt. I can't get enough of this picture. Apply that, and then, my screens are all overlapping. Let me go back to the collage. And you'll see the edited picture. Let's get that tuft of hair in there and there. Okay, so now let's do me, and I'm going to do the effects. I'm going to open this up in Editor. Auto adjusted, although the color looks actually really great. I don't even think I need to straighten it. I look fabulous at the age of, how old was I? 4 and some. My God, I'm good. Okay, so I'm going to make this just a little bit taller and hit apply, and then go back to collage. Go back to collage. My internet. Okay, and let me kind of scooch this down just a touch. Okay, so some of these features in the basic functions are really nice. Like you can flip it around, and I actually really like that because it looks like I'm gazing at him. Oh, that's a jaunty little pose he has. Okay, enough. And forgive my commentary. I am enjoying this far too much. So now I'm going to click out of that, and I'm going to use some swatches to fill in the colors in the remaining squares. And PicMonkey gives you a bunch of swatches. Their sweetheart swatches are super cute. Spring Bling are really bright and fun. I actually love their fall swatches, and we use these a lot for our wedding materials. We use them particularly for the programs. We use this brown a lot for consistency and look. That one looks a little bit, there we go. And then this last tab, you can play with the structure of the collage a little bit. So I'm going to take down the spacing to closer to a 10. Well, how about a 9? You could round the corners. I'm not going to do it for the sake of this collage. You could fiddle with this, make the background transparent. I'm going to keep it white. And then I'm going to click Edit. And this is going to open the whole thing up in Editor. Let me shift this back around. Perfect. So Editor has a ton of functions, a ton of buttons. There's also a ton of effects that you could literally spend hours doing. I'm going to jump to text, and I'm going to add text. So PicMonkey has, I don't even know how many text options. A lot are free. Some of the really nice ones, you have to be a Royale member, which, I mean, it's literally only a couple dollars a month, so I thought they were worth it. Let me bring this text editor over. So I'm going to shift this here. I'm going to make this bigger. And we, through a lot of our wedding materials, consistently use this Marcel script. So I'm going to use that here and make it white. We've done a lot of brown on white. And then I'm going to shift this down a little bit. So one thing that I actually learned the hard way is you need to leave a pretty good margin because it will print correctly, but when you put it in the frame's going to cut some off. So you want to keep your text higher if you're putting it in a frame. At least all of the frames at the dollar store cut them off, which was super frustrating. And I literally tried my pictures in a bunch of frames, so I had to reprint them with a bigger margin. And then I hit duplicate text, and I'm going to put my name, obviously. And then we want, obviously since these are table numbers, we need a number on them. Our table numbers are years, so we want to indicate the year. And you click the butterfly, which is for overlays. They have a ton of overlays. I'm going to go down to labels. And again, they have lots of free labels. I'm going to actually choose my favorite label, which is this guy. And make it a little bigger, like that. And I'm going to set the color to something kind of bright, vintagey. Our wedding's in a barn. It's vintagey, rustic. We have like a whimsical vibe. So I'm going to go with that, just sort of take the tone down a little bit, and pop up my text box again. Then I need to add in the year, and this was the year 1986, which is going to be one of the table numbers. I'm going to make it white and take up the size just a notch. Something like, maybe even a little bigger. Who am I kidding? That's great. Let me take it down just a little bit more. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So this is now a collage with aspect ratio set for a 5x7, indicating the table 1986. You can hit save and end up with a masterpiece like this. So I want to show you a few more of the table numbers that we made. This is 1994, 1988, a particularly attractive year for me. This is when we're getting older, 2005. I think he looks dashing here. And this is for our sweetheart table. So I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you check out scotchandpaprikash.com.